All righty, we are back up and running. I honestly don't know what happened there.
Oh, that's I don't
We
know what
lost camera, we lost everything.
I don't know what it was,
Got
but
messages saying that Facebook was down.
I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna blame you for that one, Tim.
You're gonna blame me?
Yeah, I don't know for what, but I'll
I
figure it
did
out.
say that we haven't had any problems since Peter's not been with us, and then
You had to say something.
yep, I had to say something. Again, thank you all for bearing with us. We do apologize. I think it's something going on with here at Bull Shooters.
Yeah, I think it's a connection issue. That was
Connection issues,
kind
something
of a.
going on. I'm using a hotspot.
Oh, are you?
I am using my hotspot. Yes. So I don't know what's going on. I was watching the Shane match. I'm gonna keep that off. We're just going to watch this match from here. Again, we do apologize. I don't know what happened. We all know how I love computers.
Oh yeah, me too.
But you were right there. You were with me.
Oh yeah, no,
When I shut the computer down,
yeah,
started it back up, and then we lost camera feed. Like had no camera picture.
I just blamed you the whole way.
Shut it down, shut down, restart. Like I could not figure that one out. Oh, I think Oscar's gonna have ball in hand. Don't know if it touched the edge or not. Nope, I didn't think so. I didn't see it move. All right, once again, let us know if it's streaming. If you can hear us, thank you again for those letting us know that. That's what I don't understand either. If it went down on Facebook, how are people commenting that it went down?
Well,
I don't get computers sometimes. But hey, we're still doing it. We're still here. Hope you are too. We got action. Well, I guess I should just do this, huh, Justin? Put this up here, make it bigger for us.
yeah, why not? Full screen over there. Not even using it anymore.
Got my big monitor, yeah. Can we make
You
this
know,
big?
next time you turn the Gorse and Shane match on, it's gonna be like 30 to 20.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone can update us. There's a 15-hour delay on my end. Yeah, thanks, JR Ascension. Good to know you're here with us. Thank you, buddy. Say hello to my girlfriend for me, please.
I
Uh,
like that. I like that a lot. Usually it says the match started at 6 p.m., but over here it's
yeah,
1 in the afternoon.
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, right now it's 8:30, so 15 hours would be 11:30. Yeah, he's probably having lunch about now. I think he told us it was 15 hours ahead, so he's already into Saturday. Meanwhile, we got Oscar. Ha ha ha! Funny, Dara. So you don't know the relationship Jr. and his wife and I have. So it's all good. You can make fun of. We all know you're gay. When's the last time we seen you with a girl?
No.
11:30 and Saturday. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, not a bad shot by Oscar forcing Alex to bank, do what he does best. See if he can make this one, but not today. He's going to give Oscar an opportunity to make this four and get up above the six. It's 2020. You can't say that word. What? Can you? What word? I don't even know what you're talking about. You lost. What a good shot by Oscar. Another
Yeah,
good
sweet.
safety.
Cue ball on the 7.
Yeah, got to kick this just above the side pocket. Hit this firm. He's got a chance to make this. No, not the cue ball. I meant the 4 ball.
Yeah, I like the pace that Alex played that at. I always play that at the pace he did right there. It just creates separation just in case you miss it because both the
Yep.
cue ball and the object ball are headed in the same direction more often than not,
Well,
especially when you hit it full.
If Oscar wants to be aggressive, he can cut this to the bottom right. The cue ball will go 2 rails up in between the 7-9 and lay up perfect for the 6. If he really wants to play aggressive, it's a natural shot for the cue ball to go 2 rails and the cue ball come up in between the 7-9.
Yep, yep.
He's going to play the 9 ball. He called the 9.
Just looking at it.
He's studying it. Made a good attempt, but saw what the cue ball did? Justin, see what the cue ball did? Went 2 rails naturally for the 6. If he
Oh
would have
yeah.
went at the 4 ball, he could have made the 4 and got that shape too.
Fair enough.
Alex got a good attempt here. Just missing the pocket. Pockets are starting to tighten up as they get to the halfway point.
Yeah, they seem to do that. It was kind of funny. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I picked a side. I went up to Joe Nacita and I said, we always do like a $20 friendly bet. Who do you got? He's like, who do you got? I'm like, I'll let you pick this one because I think it's a tight match. And he said, I'll take Oz. And so I said, all right, I like Alex. I'll take Alex. So little friendly $20 side bet. I got Alex, and I went over there. And during the commercial break, whatever you want to call that, I said, hey man, I don't want to be that guy, but we've already seen the way this match is going. I'll let you out for 19 right now. And I've never seen someone laugh in my face so hard in my life.
I probably would have too. 26-14. You were almost right. I had to turn it on. I couldn't help it.
Oh, I know.
Just switch places with it and hopefully everything stays good. Meanwhile, we got a little action here at Bull Shooters in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you, Michael Bates and Jamie Bates and the staff here at Bull Shooters for what they do.
Oh, he's calling a 9 just in case. He's going to try and make this 6. He's going to draw off of it. The cue ball's going to be running into the 9. He's going to prioritize the 6, but the 9 ball's going to be tracking.
Hope he does.
Yep. Little just in case call. Don't mind that. Would like to hit it a little fuller.
Want to hit it fuller and stop the cue ball.
Yeah.
Not so far away.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can knock it down. Well, pocket's giving him trouble. So it's what Oscar needs.
You know, Alex plays quick and smooth, and I just think that was maybe half a stroke or 1 stroke less that he takes. One of those micro strokes that he takes less than he typically does down on the 7.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you're being called out by JR.
Oh, JR, I'm still waiting
for an invitation for your upcoming tournament.
Well, you know what's funny? You're invited, Mike.
We already told you, you and Patrick are invited.
JR, I don't mean to be that guy, but it is just a 650 and under. But Tim did give me the green light to turn down one person, and I was like, no, I don't need that. And I actually think I'm gonna utilize that on your comment and say you're the only guy not allowed in the tournament.
Wow.
How about that?
The guy wanted to come all the way from the Philippines to play you, beat you, and knock you out of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't.
And you're gonna deny him that
I don't need your pity
ability?
party, Tim.
Well, you heard it there, Jr. Sorry, buddy.
The only guy not allowed is Jr. He's on the list.
That means Jr. That means he's scared of you. You're only a 590 that doesn't even play in the Philippines.
I can think of a few adjectives other than scared that I want to call Jr. But yeah, we'll call it that. Or that's not an adjective. Whatever it is.
All right, Oscar left himself a little tough. Does he take on this cut shot, or does he go for the bank? I think he might go for the bank. Send a message. It's okay. I'm still 6-0 against you, he says.
I bet. I might make the road trip to fix that.
Well, if you didn't, I get it. You don't want to lose another 7-0.
I can at least get one. If I can get rid of
Yeah, alternate breaks, you should be able to win at least one game.
If I can get rid of that goose egg, I'll be fine. I don't care if I'm 1-40.
It is 8-ball. I think you all played 10-ball, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a rotation. I remember it well. I actually haven't slept since then. Nope.
He went for it.
A loose. Yeah. Oz doesn't even want to see him shoot it. Sometimes your opponent wins and sometimes you beat yourself.
Oh, I guess I got to get the bracket up, huh? That would help. Everything else
the
that happened. Yeah, I forgot to put up the bracket. So we can do the score.
I'm gonna text Joe Nacita right now and say 1950 or nothing.
Oh, we got 9-7. Alex trying to get to double digits.
I think I have his number.
All right, let's try that. 26-14. Fedor and Shane are on a break. Meanwhile, we got action here at Bull Shooters. Thanks again to our Friday Night Fight sponsors. You got Mike Gwynn with Realty One Group, loves to support the community. You got John Sanchez with Qualtech Air Conditioning and Heating, best in the business. And then you have Fee Lee with One Loan, really wants to help you get that first loan for residential or commercial property, or maybe help you get some equity out of your property to get some projects going. Check him out. One Loan. Then you got our sidekick here, Mr. Justin Ray.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
The one and only. Hello, Mr. Sanchez, as he waves to us from afar.
That's why I'm keeping it planted.
All right, Oscar's got a chance to knock in on this one ball on the side. Looks like he's going to try to use the forward to clip off of it or maybe stop it. I think it's going to glance off of it. Could be in trouble. You might miss it and run into the 7. Like that. I know. We thank you again for your sponsorship. Next month's going to be a good one. You get a partner yet, Justin? For the 1100 and under water for the homeless?
When is that?
July 19th and 20th. I think I got 34 teams signed up right now.
July what?
July 19th and 20th. You got about a month, maybe 5 weeks.
I'll find someone.
1100 and under 10 ball, race to 7, min race to 4, team average handicap. Oh, wow. I don't know how that one bounced out.
You know, ever since I hit 620 and above, I haven't done anything in a Scotch tournament ever since.
It's a lot harder.
It is? It is.
With you
I
being
don't.
a 634,
Yeah.
that means you got to find a 466.
It's not. It's nothing against my partners. It's just like I don't know if it's the added pressure of feeling like I have to perform in front of these players that think I'm going to do well for them or what. But you
Might
ever
be the
get that?
added
Everyone,
pressure.
yeah. You ever get that where you know your partner wants you to do well and expects you to do well because you're the high rated guy, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
every shot at the table you have a 7 foot straight in shot right on the rail, and you're like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, welcome to Scott Stubbles.
So yeah,
All right, missed opportunity by Oscar there. Cal, don't go too far to the rail. Could be in trouble.
these are the ones that I think Alex shines at, and I know this is saying a lot, but just shoots it effortlessly. Obviously, position quite wasn't quite there.
Yeah, he's shooting without position right now. I think he's just trying to get going, get in a rhythm again. The little break, unnecessary break that they had to take, might have rocked them both, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I like that.
that kind of stuff never affects me. Maybe it does some players.
Right. Well, hopefully we can keep this going. We don't have any more interruptions or interference. Like I said, with technology nowadays, shouldn't have this much issues. All right, I like banking the four down to the bottom rail, putting the cue ball up on the end rail by that chalk, using the 8 ball as a blocker. Just like this. I like it. You got the 9 ball.
God, I'm looking right down the lane in this five.
He can see an edge.
It, if he can, it is the slightest edge ever.
So you got to go around the left side of the 9 and come off the bottom rail, spin into the 4.
Yeah,
I mean 5 ball.
yeah, he's just real thin on this five. He may opt to kick at this ball.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way. Again, had issues earlier today, and now we're having issues again. So hopefully it stays connected. We can finish out this match
The hard thing
before midnight.
oh yeah, the hard thing for Oz here is he initially lined up with some left, and when you play left, it wants to swerve a little bit left, and it makes the five ball a lot smaller. That that brings the miss into play, and that brings the 9 into play. Well, or the scratch.
Ouch. Didn't want that to happen. All right. Let's see if Alex can
Keeping it
get to
simple.
double digits. Start putting the pressure on. Start building that lead. Try to get like a 5-game cushion.
Mm-hmm.
Going into double digits. Oh, Alex, you got to take your time on that shot.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you make it.
He does tend to get a little bit quick on some of those.
Yeah, I think that's what you were talking about earlier in the other stream.
Oh, this is weird. What are you doing, Austin? Oh, no,
I
that'll
think,
work.
okay.
I thought the 7 was closer to the rail. No, that
Right.
7's in the pocket. I was like, man, he just left himself real weird. Now this is very available for Oz. The 7's off the rail a little bit. You cut it, get your cue ball really wherever you want it.
No, he's playing it perfect. Creating a nice angle on the 8 so he can come down table for the 9. Lays pretty natural, just top English. Cut the ball in. Just like that. Whoa, where you going? All right, he's gonna play it on the side.
Yeah. Of
They
all
are
the
playing
pockets,
call 9 ball.
I thought this 9 ball was going. That one wasn't my first option. But
All right. Good job by Oscar. Big missed opportunity by Alex.
yeah,
Try to take that 3-game lead.
keeping it pretty tight, 9-8. Now I got to text Joe Nacita and say $19.25.
I text back and say, I'll let you out for 23.
All right.
Uh-oh. Is that the twins over there?
Yep, I saw Dara earlier.
Or one of them?
Haven't seen Steven, but I saw Dara.
Trouble is a lurking, huh?
Oh yeah. I thought they had security around here, but
They left.
apparently they're on a budget.
Right, I think Alex taking a bathroom break. Yep. He's coming in behind me now. Oscar's being respectful and wait until he gets back.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that was a big game for Alex. If he wins that game, he goes up 10-7, starts to build a comfortable lead.
Yeah, momentum as well. He's.
Get into double digits.
Oh yeah.
Not going to be good if Oscar pulls ahead of him right now. He laid down a good break. Luckily for Alex, a 6 is blocking the 3-9 combo.
I know both of the players on a pretty personal level, and I like to think Alex is a touch more carefree. It's
What's
not
going on here?
and it's not Oz. It's just the extreme example. And Alex does a really good job of not letting anything bother him. And I've played and watched Oz play for some time now. Gets a little bit down sometimes. If he gets a little bit down, weird things can happen.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Kind of like that right there.
Oh yeah.
Weird things start to happen in this game. Things that you don't think are possible become possible.
No, Oz is gonna get weird on his three.
They're not gonna like it. Gonna pull out his jump cue, jump over the 9,
I
into
think
the 3.
I think he's kicking at this one. Unless he can see an edge, then maybe he tries to manufacture something.
He's pretty good with that jump cue. I like what you said. I like the kick shot. Looks like he can
Yeah.
see an edge. Oh, got it. He beat the 3 ball.
Oh, that was a pretty good
He
shot.
beat the double kiss.
Everything considered, he did not have a great look there, and he made something of it.
Great shot with great speed. Perfect speed to do what he just did. No one saw that coming. All right, Justin, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. Who's my replacement?
Oh,
We don't have a replacement for me? I thought we had this discussion.
a replacement.
Well, Mitch is here.
I got a 2 or 3 or 4 game fill in, but a replacement, that's impossible.
Should I go get Perfecto?
Oh, you're gonna touch on that, huh?
Uh,
Is that where we're going?
we're all good now.
I know. I know.
Why not?
I'm gonna-
I go get Philip. I think they're in the game.
Oh, are they both in the game?
Yeah. I'm tired, man. I got old man syndrome going on. It's almost past my bedtime.
Forgot you're one of those that wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
And and it's only because I end up going to bed at like 8 because I'm bored and I'm tired and it's like,
Really?
yeah.
I'm a 7:30 to 8 o'clock guy.
Wow, big misstep there by Oscar. And he didn't really have good shape on the 6 either. Are you gonna cross this 5 ball, bring it down table, and use the 7 ball? Get the cue ball behind the 7 here.
I don't play.
Cross the 5 ball. Not that way.
He's
You
leaving a
might get
jump.
away
Or
with it.
no, that's right. There's a field goal there.
No, if he crossed the right side of the 5 ball and caught
Yeah, yeah.
the cue ball 2 rails behind the 7 and took the 5 ball, try to put the 5 underneath the 9. I think he left Oscar a shot. You think he can cut it in there? Are you
Yeah, I
gonna
think
cross bank it?
I think he can cut it in the side. I think there's a window.
A little bit inside to bring the cue ball across table.
Oh, he's
Oh,
crossing
cross
it.
side. Yeah, I thought he could do that. Great shot right
Yeah.
there. Oscar's a good banker too. Don't let him fool you.
I just thought that 5 was off the rail enough where the side pocket
Right,
really
where he
came
can
in
cut
play.
it in the side. Yeah, I thought so too, but
I don't
that was
mind the
a much
distance
better
on the
shot from
6.
where he ended up.
Yeah, for sure. Positionally, it worked out, but I mean, the 6 isn't that far from a pocket. I didn't mind being a little further away.
This game is big right now.
Yeah, it sure
Oscar
is.
can tie it up and let Alex know, hey, you should have gone up 10-7 and put a little pressure on me. And now it's 9-9. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, now Oz has got a little work. He's gonna try and come around the table and not get even or under or
Automatic.
something weird on the 9. Yeah,
Just a little bit of right hand spin, not a lot.
shape is automatic, but it can wind up a few different ways.
It could get funny real quick.
The cue ball has to travel that far. That's when the cue ball sometimes gets a little funny on you. That's not too bad.
Nope, great
Not bad at
shot.
all.
Great shot by Oscar. Great look here to tie it up. Make it a race to 12 from here. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
9-9. What
Trying
is
to hang out for a couple racks, Mitch, or what?
I think John Sanchez says it best.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got action.
Oh, Mitch said, if you want me to step in for a couple racks, I'm down.
Oh yeah?
You want to hop out? You want me to hop out? What do you want to
You
do?
got the scoreboard? I want to take a break if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I really don't.
Yeah,
I'd appreciate
he
it.
said he's good for 2 or 3 racks if you want to do that.
Yeah, I need just a small break. I need to get a bite to eat. So
Okay. Sounds
thank
good,
you
brother.
guys. We'll leave you all with Justin.
Oh, yeah, of course. Scores here. Oh, yeah, you got them on both. I forgot. Yeah, let's do it. All right. We got some scrub named Mitch Ellerman in the booth. How you doing, brother?
All right, all right, all right. I'm good. How are you guys this evening? Good evening, fight fans.
What do you well, I know you're always in here, but what do you got going on today?
I'm just helping a couple of buddies practice up for some upcoming events because they get a little bit more action in events worth playing in, as opposed to me over here twiddling my thumbs.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta ask your opinion. I've known these players a little bit of time. You've seen Oz play. You've probably seen Alex play a little bit. What's your
I've seen
take?
Alex play very little.
Oh
I
really?
saw him hitting balls the other night while Wednesday while it was the big league night, and I was in here practicing playing bank pool with Evans.
Okay.
and it goes through the ball queen. A lot of it, they're very close in speed. Yeah, 6 points.
Yep. Yep.
So a lot of it is, it's kind of like jockeying for position. They're seeing who's gonna, kind of like the NBA Finals at the moment. It's who's able to come through at the end, right? That's why
Yep.
it's been a
Yep.
good series.
Oh yeah.
So like these guys will jockey back and forth, whereas SVB and Federer they'll go back and forth, but their deficit's going to be 12 to 15 games, and they both have the mental fortitude and the testicular fortitude to overcome the pressure, so to speak.
There you go. I watched a little bit. Tim had some of that up. We had some Wi-Fi issues, so we figured he'd limit it on our laptops, but he had it up earlier. The biggest thing I noticed was just main control of the table. You might see multiple innings at the table over here, and you might see multiple chances where both players have the chance to get out. But with Gorst and Shane, it's they can take control of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks in a row, even if they're not breaking a run in those racks. They'll break and run 2 or 3, and then they'll break, make the one ball, play safe on the 2. The other guy kicks at the 2, misses it, and another guy runs out, puts together another 1 or 2.
Ooh, Oz is looking to twist this ball with right. Ooh. So in that position, if you guys sit there, I don't know if there's replay on your personal phones or whatever you're watching it from. But when
maybe on YouTube,
when you're stretched out in that position, that's why you always see like better players. They'll have the ballerina leg where that back leg's up in the air. It's so their arm can accurately swing through the ball, and then your bridge has to be extra stable so that tip position really gets its good cueing. It's not that he didn't hit the ball, with the right idea. Low right, hitting it firm, sure, that works. But it's the execution, right, where you close in those gaps so you let your tip position do the work.
And when you say that, is it more of a balance thing, or is it more like being able to get the back end of the cue up a little bit?
So a lot of it is it's both, right? Because say you're on your tiptoes, right? Do you feel as stable on your tiptoes holding something over your head as you do flat-footed?
No.
Exactly. So that's why. So swinging something that's at a contact point that's a little bit bigger than a ballpoint pin, really so the shaft diameter is thick, but all that really touches it is because the tip's round and the ball's a sphere is that real accurate point. Yeah. And that's what you have to balance and make sure that receives that spin.
Yep.
Sorry guys, I'm geeking out over here.
No, I love that. Pool. I love that about you. Was there a point growing up, and I'm not even talking about pool, was there a point growing up? And a lot of people say pool's like huge on geometry. Yes, I semi agree, but I don't. There's so many factors. There's cloth, and there's the cue ball, and there's so many factors that come into pool. Was there a point when you were kind of growing up that you were like, you felt like a game like this would really suit you? Like were you really good at the mathematical side of things growing up or in school?
I was probably 18 to 22 playing some of the best pool of my life.
Yeah.
And then I had a lot of things happen in succession. Right around when my father had passed away, and then I had kind of chosen love over pool, and then I had a relationship that meant a lot to me that didn't pan out, which happens, to all of us. So that you grow and you learn.
Yep.
And then at about 25, I was like, man, I got to know more. I got to start paying attention to this more.
Yep.
So as I was sitting there, first started out giving lessons back in the day and trying to do whatever I could because I wanted to also grow pool, right, in my area. I feel that I needed to understand it better. And like Ed Scott, may he rest in peace. He was very kind enough. Like I was so vanilla. I'm 38 right now. I'll be 39 in August. Ed Scott, I was 23, and he told me that low English opened a bank and top shortens it.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I didn't even understand those things, but he was a guy that loved bank pool and running around with Corey. So it's like
Oh, for sure.
I just take a lot of information that I have and like my teaching style. People want to learn what help me become me, and that's what I try to translate as best as I can. And then I try to deliver it in a goofy, fun manner. So one, the lesson is fun, but two, it's the retention rate. If I say something to where it just clicks because it was funny and a punchline,
Yep.
the retention rate is a little bit better and easier to improve.
Oh no, I hear you.
Yes, Nate Johnson. Nice to see you, bud. But yeah, so I mean, ooh, that was a great effort. So he needed to probably swing that at a little greater speed so that cue ball kind of opened up, just because of the amount of spin he was trying to put on it. Are they playing pre-foul? I'm not privy to the format.
I think they are. It really hasn't come up yet. Tim told me in the first rec, it really hasn't come up yet. They're playing call 9.
I mean, I'm shooting
much
this
straight
in
in
the
up
side
that.
pocket with top and rolling for position on the floor. So for him to do this, he's floating under the 7 and moving the 3 behind the 8-4. Oh,
Yeah, maybe using the
that's
9-5
pretty good.
instead.
But now think about it. So if you guys would have paid attention to where that cue ball hit on the long rail, think about reverse engineering it. Just send it back the way it came. And if that angle's not there, then you go from there. But a lot of the times, when you're sitting in your chair and you're waiting and your ass is your butt hind is getting chapped over there, that you don't want to pay attention to the information going on. All right, so Oz is on 2. I think they disclosed it, so he's looking at doing something familiar.
Did Oz say it or Alex said it that time?
I think it was just acknowledged.
Okay.
Like, I can't definitively say who said it.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not getting in the middle of it.
Oh no. Is Alex putting this cue ball behind the 6? Do you think that's what's going on?
So I think he's going to 2-rail. Do the same shot. He's going to go thin. Oh, that's no bueno. All right. So he just told him he's on 2 as he walked to the table.
Yep. Looks like
Oz is having fun with it. And then, so this 3 ball you would shoot with top left. And the reason I say the left is so the left runs away from the 3 ball. It complements the cut, throwing the 3 to the right. The left climbs off of the 3 ball, hence the running English. It's running away from it. And then that way, when it goes through the 6, see how the cue ball kind of died? He hit it with a hair of right. So the cue ball died because it's resisting coming from right to left and leaving the 3 ball to the left. It did not want to accelerate off of it.
So you're saying the left actually helps push it through the 6?
So it'll continue to climb through the 6 ball because it would receive the energy off of the 3 ball. So he hit that shot good. He just didn't dictate where his 3 ball needed to go a little bit better.
Yeah, 3 clipped the 5 and kind of left Oz the shot.
I see Oz rolling forward, leaving the cue ball on the bottom rail, banking the 3 up by the 6. All right. So now for you 1 pocket / bank pool players, you hit this ball soft with about 3 o'clock and finesse the 3 over. Your cue ball is going to go short rail. By the 8, depending on the amount of gibberish you put on it, it'd spin by the 7, but he decided to kick.
I think he could see the 3, but he felt more value in kicking. I don't.
That's okay. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
If I kick that 3, it thins the 6 and it stares at me straight in the pocket, I'm probably going to go, all right, maybe I should have banked it.
Ooh.
And this is a race to what, 15?
It's a race to 21.
Ooh,
Get along.
Yeah. Roll that beautiful bean
You
footage.
know, these Friday night fights stemmed from you and Joven playing each other at Stingers, and
But you know what, sir? I seem to remember giving credit where credit's due. You had a significantly much larger part to do with that. All I did is get to do something I love against an
No.
opponent that plays very well.
I mean, it's been a disservice to the community. You guys, you pros don't play each other enough, and I felt enticed to put on a show, and I picked my two favorite players I wanted to play each other on a table that me and my dad built, and I thought that was incredible, man. I can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah, no, that thing's like Campbell's soup. It's good. You know what I mean?
There we go.
With that being said, thank you to our sponsors, Mr. Sanchez and Mr. Gwynn.
Yes, Sanchez.
I
Gwynn.
hope you guys are having a wonderful Father's Day weekend. And if you don't find any trouble to get into, let me know. You know where I'll be.
Well, let me ask you, Mitch, as a I guess half-ass media guy, do you play one pocket because you like it, or do you play one pocket because you have to?
So, not sounding egotistical, arrogant, whatever, I had to adapt because I could only get action playing one pocket.
Yeah.
Because when I was 21, nobody wanted to play me 9-ball.
Yeah.
So I had to pay my dues, losing 20 and 50 a game to Preacher Ron, Birdie Pettipiece, and
Put names out there. I love it.
who else was lighting me up playing that game? Brett was lighting me up, and then but I was so I was young, so I was either in school or playing pool. You know, I was lucky I got my high school diploma because I had a bunch of friends yell at me that cared about me, say, "Hey, fool, get your diploma." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then decided to keep playing more pool anyway, so I became a pool playing degenerate. All right, so he went for the kick. It looked like he kind of jumped up as he swung that, so the cue ball didn't receive the spin that it wanted.
He should run these out, but do you think he takes a peek at this 4-9?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
didn't even have to say anything. He was like, "Yep, move it over."
Yeah, no, he answered that for me.
Oh, Periscope.
These 4 1/8 inch pockets play pretty tough. Why not?
It's like that country Sweden. It's good and tight, yeah.
So to answer my question, indirectly, it's because he kind of had to, and then he got pretty good at it.
Well, yeah, because I break and run like a 8-pack or a 9-pack, and oh my god, you play so good. What a lot of people that I've seen match up and whatnot is you got to fire that second and third barrel because it is such a thing as having a bad set. Like when I was getting staked for large amounts of money, my backer, he liked to talk a lot of smack. He was like, you know what, maybe we should bet like 2,000 or 3,000 a set because it always takes you a set to get warmed up. I was like,
did you ever put
But he
him in
was
check
right.
sometimes and be like, hey man, this guy's actually pretty good? Like,
yeah, but I mean, everybody that I match up with, they're gonna be, yeah, they'll shoot your liver in if you think twice. So
yeah.
that's why I shoot so fast. I try not to think.
Oh yeah. 6 inches in between your ears is the worst thing for you.
Yeah, Sanchez, I'm not disagreeing with you. It looks like, again, that's what I mean. This race, they're going to jockey for position and give up. It's going to go back and forth, probably game by game, as each one gets comfortable per game, right? So, same thing. He slowly stood up. He was hitting low to stop it for the 6-9, and then the cue ball, received that residue of spin.
Forgive me if I forgot. I did ask. Obviously, you've seen very limited from Alex. What's your I guess scouting report on Oz, and what have you seen from him? What do you like about him? What don't you like about him? What they go back and watch this, and if they can learn anything, I know they'll appreciate it.
With Oz, his bridge needs to switch up a little bit. Because
what do you mean by that?
So, without giving a complete full free lesson, is that Q has support, right? So the closest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So
Yep.
you have your backhand and your bridge hand, and in between it is a pull cue. That's your straight line.
Yep.
So the better those hands are both trained to do their job, it's like a hammer and a nail, right? Believe it or not, you need to have a little bit of confidence to swing that hammer. Otherwise, you're going to have some messed up digits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking from experience, that's why I hold a pull cue. So again, it's that would be like one observation where like you gotta work on both of your hands to swing that cue stick so you know you have complete control of it.
Yep.
You know, it's like similar to like Federer and Shane. If you guys pay attention to what I like to call their cue rhythm, like their practice strokes, it's almost a telltale as to how they're going to accelerate through that last stroke.
Yeah.
It's kind of like poker, like you're reading what they're going to do because it's telling a story. You just got to know how to read it. But again, this is all just my 2 cents. 2 cents could be rhymed with nuisance, you know what I mean? So I don't want to.
Oh no,
It's just that's the way I interpret things.
Yeah, I apologize. You know, every time I get in here, I try to get as much information as I
No,
can.
no,
Yeah,
I get
I
it.
know it's kind
I
of a
get it.
free lesson for me, so I
Yeah.
try to do my absolute best.
But it's different. So like I don't mind saying some things, but it really is different because everybody's body's different, everybody's eyesight's different. Everybody thinks they hit center ball, but if they hit it and then the way it finishes, it doesn't look that way, and I can elaborate and expunge why.
You said something to me, and it's kind of stuck with me. You said it about a year ago, so you probably don't remember it, but you said something to me. You watched me play on a bar box, and then you watched me play on a 9-footer, and you said something along the lines of,
Yeah, you're dynamic. You're
Yeah.
used to playing a bar table. Your cue rhythm needs to be a little bit
Yeah.
better.
You said, yeah, exactly. And you said, you know, if you work with me for an hour or two, I can make you a much better 9-foot player because it's either your tempo, cadence, rhythm, whatever you want to call it, isn't great on a 9-footer, and I can work with you a lot on that. And I'm not sitting here for selfish reasons and asking you that. I just, you know, when it comes to the 9-foot to the 7-foot, and when you look at a stroke on a 9-footer to a 7-footer, what do you see that maybe you, what do you see personally that you think that makes it better from a 7-foot player or somebody that's played more bar box that kind of finesses balls in tight positions or has a bit more of a finesse stroke or maybe just hasn't been equipped to play successful 9-foot.
So the way he just approached that 3-ball, for instance,
Yep.
he had the construction of his hand, his bridge, where his hand was up on the table. So it created extra unwanted height. And the reason I say that is because that translates to, you know, he has a cue that doesn't look like it has a hybrid shaft, so it's not low deflection.
Yep.
So it squirts a lot, deflects, and therefore it's like when I shoot a shot with his cue, I also have, you know, a little bit more accuracy, and I might cue it a little bit more aggressively, so it's going to react differently. Well, he mini massays a ball because of that extra unwanted height. See, Oz is down more level with the
Is that
cue.
a subconscious effort, do you think?
So
Because he's hit so many balls that he maybe jacked it up a little bit
could
more.
be, but you only know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So he might feel like, dang it, I need to control this tip position as best as I can. But so instead of growing and learning the way and paying attention, like imitation's the highest form of flattery, I will tell you every pro lays that shaft on the table and they build a bridge around it.
Yeah.
So you count to 4, you tuck your thumb, and you put the shaft in between your index finger and your middle finger. So that way it also creates better cue speed.
Yep.
So that would be, you know, your free lesson of the evening if I were to work on that bridge if you guys haven't already.
Are you open bridge, closed bridge? When is it necessary? When is it not necessary? Do you utilize them both?
Man, you are gouging me.
I'm doing my best. I'm sorry.
I get it. You're good. Again, it's kind of like a wine pairing. It just depends on the shot, right? So
Do you personally utilize them both? I know you use the closed bridge
heck
a lot.
yeah, especially on this tight table. I'll tell you what, I Do you guys think a closed bridge offers more accuracy or an open bridge does?
I've always felt an open bridge does, and and from what you've just told me right now, you disagree.
So it's not that I disagree, right?
Yep.
But it depends on the dynamic you're swinging in the cue. If you swing it fast and aggressive, I guarantee you any pro, unless they are jacked up and they have the leverage where the tip position goes into the table and it doesn't have a 6 to 8 inch follow through, that their bridge is going to be closed. So
Okay.
think about it this way, right? You want extra assurance, you're going to hit a ball hard, so might as well secure it a little bit better.
Yep.
So that would be, Alan Hopkins, tip of the day on ESPN.
All right. All right. I'm done working.
No,
I'm,
you're
I'm,
good.
No, I know.
It's just I become related to like Sir Mix-a-Lot. I become Sir Talk-a-Lot.
No, I
We gotta
love
give
it.
them. We gotta give them the info on what's going on.
I try to squeeze you, and I try to
I know,
ask
it's all
some
good.
of the questions that people want to know as well. So,
That was a great shot.
ooh,
I jinxed them.
yeah, you sure did. It looked good. I looked away from that 8.
But again, it looked so subtle because of if you see. So again, if you guys pay attention at the rate that they see, Alex still did not budge from getting up. He's paying attention to the cue ball. Now that one could be pertinent just to that shot. But see if he stays down, his cue ball is going to come back towards his cue, so he'll get up. But watch as he stays down till the 9 goes into the hole. Should he make it?
Yeah, he's really good at these. He shot the shot a lot. Oh, I had to say something.
As we jinx him.
Yep.
Well, he didn't leave him easy.
No.
And the
Not on
reason I
this
say
table.
that, I know this table. It's relentless. But you'd rather hit it with pace because if you hit it, say like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, right?
Yep.
If you hit this ball at any less than 40%, you got to worry about it rolling off.
Yep.
So I'd rather pump it in there and give it the effort and the business than wonder, oh, dang. Oh, thank you, Marshall. I appreciate it. Have a happy Father's Day in Vegas with Abby and the fam. See, great tempo.
Yeah.
Good shot. Well hit.
Yeah, nice confident stroke on that one. And the first, I was about to say the first coin to go back to the other side of the table, but he's just going around.
Yeah, they're doing laps on each other over here.
11, 10.
What we got? We got 10.
We do. Oz is taking the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. 2
Wow.
to 1. That's how whooping, and Shane overspun the 8.
That's not good.
Where's that propel at? Oh, wait. My bad. That view, yeah, he could switch it. A little low right and draw it. I'm over here talking crap. Meanwhile, he's like, hey, Mitch, how many U.S. Opens you got? I'm like, you're right. You're right.
I guess I'll give you a second to do it, Mitch, because I'm impressed.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh.
history can repeat itself. If there's one person that knows about blowing a lead, it's Shane. Because I watch him do it. And I'm not talking smack. I'm over here in the chair for a reason. I'm not playing. I watched at the Riviera back when the action report was going. I saw him in the hallway walking. So this is the Riviera, right? That dates it.
Yep.
So he was like, I'm going to beat him by 30 because he was up by 28 at one point. And he loses the set 100-92. The next 2 years, like a fangirl I am, right? You say you're a fangirl of me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not putting you on the spot.
No, I get it.
I'm going around because I love
many
good
times.
pool. I say, Shane, when you playing Alex again? You know what he says to me the whole time?
What's that?
He says an inappropriate word by that Filipino. So I was like, dang. But he means it in a nice way. They're buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, you got to give respect where it's due. Uh-oh.
Well, while he's bracking, I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second to mention two things. Well, as many things as you want, obviously, back here. Obviously, you're giving lessons. I'll give you a second in that to pimp that out. But also, you're walking around with a jump cue and a break cue, which you had me try out a little bit, and it's the most effortless
It's
and
sweet.
greatest break and jump cue. And I played with the Ghost Propel for a while, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I used yours, and it stomped mine to the ground and choked it out.
Okay.
What's going on with that?
So my sponsor, Stephen Carissa out of Oregon, they are the USA dealers for the Infinity
Yep.
jump cue and break cues. So they have two types of jump cues. One's the standard length, and then that is the Infinity Knight, and then there's the Infinity Dragon, which is like its big brother. And believe it or not, I love them all. And I try, like I showed you their break cue. I can put a ball 2 balls away, so 4.5
jump
inches.
it like a regular
full
jump
cue, jump, draw, spin, masse, damn near write my name with it. And that's just how sweet the cue is. So yeah, no, they have an order coming in like a week or two. So like the 1st of July, I get my new setup because everybody tries them and then they buy them off me.
Mm-hmm.
So I am currently without the moment. That's why I've been playing a lot of tin ball.
What makes it better? Is it the technology in the shaft? Is it the weight distribution?
The whole thing, it's all of that, right? So that's
Yeah.
an accurate assessment because you're a woodworker now.
Yep.
So you pay attention to detail, and a lot of it is it's the combination of everything. The entire setup is all carbon fiber, so even the butt. The brake cue comes with the Samsara tip. So Samsaras are a hard leather tip with a phenolic resin. So it's like leather and plastic had a baby. And then their jump cues, the taper on the shaft is so sweet.
Yeah.
And then they have them white diamond tips and or town. I think they're the white diamonds. And man, they just make it silly easy to get over them, as you've seen.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean,
and I can't remember which one it was, Nick or Bobby. I had it.
That's
it
a
was
shot.
just getting up over the ball so easy.
And then also, like I mentioned earlier,
Great
good shot by Alex there. But also I wanted to mention, I think it's the best deal on the market. If you're genuinely, and I wish I had this when I was kind of growing up, and I went from a 485 to a 635 or whatever I am now, and I kind of had to learn. I don't want to say learn on my own. It was from players like you and John Smith and the higher rated players in the state, and I got introduced to Metro, and I played higher level tournaments, at least for myself at the time. But you're offering a pretty killer deal for $1,000.
So here's the math, right?
Yep.
$1,000 divided by 12 is $83.33.
Yep. $83 a month.
So I charge $80 an hour. So the incentive is to make it a no-brainer to where you sit there and spend the $1,000. Now, I've had a lot of people critique me saying, "Hey, $1,000 is a lot of money to come up with up front." I am not in a disagreement with that one bit.
Yep.
So I think that but my problem is, right, or the thing that I run into is, say I do $250, right? I do payment to $250. That's fine. But I don't want to start until the second payment of $250 has been committed.
Yeah.
The reason why is because a lot of people will try it for 1 month, be like, "Oh, that was great," and then stop.
Yeah.
So then it's shorting my livelihood, right? And I'm trying to guarantee myself a living. So between balancing being a touring professional and still playing events, as well as teaching and satisfying a bunch of people that are spending this amount of money that they would normally spend on a cue, right? I'm trying to do that in instruction. So it's a balancing act. I'm not. my goal was, I thought it was such a sweet deal. I was honestly going to get like 100 people and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I made six
Yeah.
figures just teaching pool.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's not my lack of trying or business awareness. It's just the market, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
we
for
said,
sure.
a lot of people, and not a lot of people are just content playing league and tournaments. And that is completely all right, because that's how I got here, right? So
Yep.
I just want to be like the inflatable doll you might have in your car so you could get in an HOV lane and not be stuck in rush hour.
No way you just use that.
I'm just talking
I
smack.
love it.
Hello, young lady. Good.
All right. Well, I want to hear your best business pitch. And this isn't a business pitch. I'll personally vouch for it. I've watched you train people. I think you're the best in the business. I think the way that you translate information, the way you translate information to people that want to learn about pool is unique and the best out there. I mean, you really resonate. Yeah, but I mean, it's honest, and I think you really resonate with the person that's the player that's really trying to get better. I think the people that are going out trying to just get away from their old lady for a night and play league, or the ones that are content with where they're at because they found success in a 470 and under tournament, and they won a tournament here and there, or they've cashed in a tournament here and there. I don't know that they're going to get better because they're not willing to put in the time. But the ones that are genuinely trying to put in the time and get better, I think you're the best in the business, hands down, no doubt about it. What's your best business pitch about what do you have to offer, and what are you going to do for those that take that $1,000 1 year of full lessons?
So, like right now, I'm teaching a couple of retired gentlemen, so people you don't normally see. They just love pool. I'd say there's 3 of them.
Mhm.
2 are at Main Street, and one I make a house call because he's older, and I don't want to have. He's got a 9-foot diamond right in his living room. I actually taught him this morning, and he was even nice enough to tip me 400. He knows I make the 45-minute drive one way out there, and then I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is that
Good shot, Alex.
I have given so many lessons now. I have gotten better as I started teaching, right? So the lesson plan, the plan of attack, and not only that, but like the variance, right? I could sit there and say, oh, that ball doesn't go. Well, my eyes are also getting to be, ooh, we got tie ball game 11-11.
Oh, yeah.
My eyes are finally starting to go, like I said, I'm 38, so I'll be 39 in August. So I'm flirting with that 40 number, and my eyes aren't 16 anymore. So what I thought might have squeezed by, especially on these tight pockets, it messes with your confidence a little bit. But I've never had any kind of eye surgery or anything. Wait a minute. So we got Mike Ramirez. Mike, I talked to you for 30 minutes this afternoon about these things. You know you love them. Just pick out the colors on the picture I sent you. Hi, Mary Lou. Shots. And then Chan, if you guarantee. There are no guarantees, bud. But you look great the other day at Dozers. I didn't recognize you with your glasses off, so it was good to see you. And I hope you both have like a happy Father's Day and whatnot.
Before you finish your statement, I have a question about the table. Why is it on this table when they use the template rack and it appears, correct me if I'm wrong, it appears that everything's tight. Why is the wing ball not dropping when it appears that they're breaking from the right side, they're breaking from the right pace? Is there a small gap in these template racks, or is
what game?
So the wing ball.
Oh, you're talking about this rack? 9
Yeah, just specifically to this.
There's a number of things. So on this table, look, it's beat up from the feet up. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory sense. I'm calling it how it is. Have we all played on it? Yes?
Yep.
So like you guys can see the oil stains around the 9 ball on both sides where people put their hands to rack. Like that table, I mean, it's tough. And then if the people that tap the balls create a divot. So like if you think about it from like a mathematical standpoint or physics, like that cue ball's coming in at a certain speed. If that ball is even a 1/10 of an inch below it, the center of perfect contact, that's why the cue ball rifles up. Now, other times the ball's moving so fast, if you look at the break lines coming out of the rail, right, there's little dimples all the way up to the one. Some of it's hitting the one, it hops back, creates a dimple. But some of it is because it stays airborne on the way to it, and that's also why you have these hard tips hitting the ball, so it gains a little bit of air, and then it hits a mass of 9 times its size, being the 9-ball rack. You know, you're sending 6 ounces into 54 ounces, and it's a hair above it. It's got one way to go, up.
Is there something specifically about this table that you think is an issue? Because we watched you and Bobby Emmons play, and there was maybe 2 breaking runs when you played Bobby Emmons. Obviously, it was 10-ball. That's a much more difficult break.
Yeah, and we didn't use the template rack.
Yes, that is true. Is there something specifically you think about this table that makes it tougher to break and make a ball?
No, because I wouldn't, again, I don't want to sound arrogant or pompous or anything, but I bet you I could get up there, hand rack, and still break them pretty decent. So again, like I was talking about, I was very proud of my 9-ball break when I was younger. So between like 2006, when Zeb Crawford beat me in the, was it Zeb, are you watching? Was it 04? I think it was 2006. We talked about it the other day, and I paid him a compliment because it motivated me to play the next year. And that's back when they had the state championship week down in Tucson, the main street that used to be there. So I definitely I could say that there's a little bit more to the 9-ball break, especially changing table to table, even if there is a template rack. I have a very efficient way that I'll gladly teach you. And I definitely, I don't mind teaching anybody, but I think within 10 minutes, I'll have you break a 9-ball better.
No kidding.
Yeah, like this one gentleman at Main Street yesterday. He's 76, obviously retired. Terrific, wonderful gentleman. I meet with him on most Thursdays. And he has a jump break cue, and he's never jumped before. In 5 minutes, I had him jumping a ball and then jumping it with spin. And he was like, this is silly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you didn't know how, you had a little bit more in your case than you thought. He's like, yeah. This is awesome.
Did he have a jump cue, or did you
No, he had a jump break. It was a little $70 action jump break. And I was like, watch this. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, this is sweet. Mr. Sanchez. All right, we got some of the family on here. Happy Father's Day to you, young man. We're just sweating a little pool over here at Bull Shooters. Oz is measuring his kick. It is tied up 11-all. Sorry, I get talking in an abundance. I apologize.
No,
so like, see how long his bridge is? That tip position, his backhand has to work extra hard to make sure that the cue ball received the appropriate spin. Whereas if he just gets a little bit more into it with his bridge, he's going to be a little bit more accurate, and that's what it's going to, measure up to over time.
Now, are there times I do this myself, and I don't know if it's right or wrong.
What a great bank!
Wow. And Alex is a good banker. We've mentioned it. I'm gonna hand you $5.
Oh, nice.
I've only had that.
You guys are grinning. You're winning over here. 14. I see why you guys are laughing in the booth all the time.
Oh, it's hilarious. I lost my train of thought on that. It took me back.
Ooh. So this shot, you would probably hit high ball. See that bridge again. So if he puts a hair of spin, he's gonna mass into it. Well, at least the speed was all right. Now Oz is probably gonna return, so counter punch, play it safe.
Yeah, what I was gonna kind of mention to you, I remember now. I do it when I'm really close to a ball, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I find it a little bit easier to play safe when I'm real close to a ball and I got to do kind of that finesse safety. You know, a shorter bridge forces me to take a shorter stroke and slow down my follow through and really play that
Yeah, everything
finesse
becomes more
safe.
compact, right?
What's your rule of thumb for you specifically that you feel that, I guess, a longer or shorter bridge? Is there other times you deviate from what your original bridge is?
Yeah, so a lot of it's the configuration, like this 9-ball here. You know, here I would almost have elevated a little bit differently so I could hit it softer. But see, he rolled that ball.
Yeah.
And that cue ball still went all the way up table. So there I would have hit it with a little more pace, knowing it touches the top rail.
A little back and forth.
So if I do overhit it, at least I'm getting closer to my work, right?
You might make that ball.
You were commenting about his bank? All right.
Yeah. So play that. Some people try to make that. Some people try to make that straight in, but
right. That was an unconventional way of making the 7, but hey, it's 9-ball. It happens. That's why I'm playing call the 9 at least.
That'll play.
But yeah, so like something I'm a huge proponent of is like table dynamic. You know, a gentleman, Rob Sias, fellow professional, he says you play a lot on a bar table because he could tell my cue ball patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go side to side a lot instead of, you know, forward and around.
Yep.
So a lot of these things I've taken into consideration over the years because I love information. Information is currency. I don't know it all, but I will gladly tell all that I know.
You're gonna have to excuse me for a second, Mitch. It looks like Facebook might have went down. Let me get with Tim real quick. See if we can see what he wants to do.
What a break. All right. Are you guys still at least hearing us or are you just not being able to see? So he made the wing ball, got position on the 1, 2 in the side, 3. And I apologize. I'll try and make it more pool based, not, you know, teaching based. Not a problem. I got to move.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess Facebook went down. But why didn't it update here?